If you're a business owner and your website is not generating your quality leads on a daily basis, or the leads that are coming in are from time wasters and tire kickers, you need to watch this video. And on top of that, if you're a business owner, if you've got no systems or procedures that are sat behind your business that's helping you to save time by triggering automated emails or text or videos, and you haven't got a marketing or sales pipeline, you must watch this video. My name's Craig Wilkinson. I'm a marketing and business coach, and I'm going to share with you in this video 3 fundamental things. Number 1, the power of branding, i.e. your logo and the brand that you are putting together, that you are putting out there for the world to see. Number 2, how to build and structure a high converting website that's SEO to the max so you can be found on number 1 on Google. And number 3, I'm going to be sharing and showing you how you need to build a marketing and sales pipeline that will trigger automation, saving you time and money, and not allowing you to wait up till midnight doing your quotes and your paperwork and your admin. It takes all that stress away. Now, to share this with you, I'm going to be sharing one of our clients' branding, websites, and marketing and automation funnels. And this is for Tony White at Lakes Decking. And Tony and his business partner Malcolm have both done my marketing and automation course and program and my inner circle. And this is where I teach all the strategies that I use to build, grow and scale my businesses, and that I've taught to over 30,000 other business owners on how they can build, grow, scale and even sell their businesses. So when they've been through the program, they realised, hang on a minute, Craig, we've got a brand, we've got a website, we've got some type of systems behind the scenes, but it's going to be nowhere good enough for us to be able to scale our business to the heights and the vision of where they wanted to take it. So I'm going to be using their branding, website and automations as an example, because we've literally recently just unleashed and launched this on the world, and I want you to see exactly the process that we take our clients through. So, number 1, let's start off first with their logo and their brand. And as you can see up here, it's pretty boring and pretty dull, in the fact that their logo was a square block of black with Lakes Decking written at the bottom. Now, that doesn't set me on fire, and that doesn't excite me as a potential customer landing on this, their old website. This doesn't excite me. Now, here lies the problem for many of you, in the fact that when you first set up your business, you probably came up with your own company name, and for many of you, you'll have used your name or your initials or your kids' names or whatever in the name of your business. And because you weren't experienced when it comes to marketing, what you did is you set up this brand probably with the colours that you like and the fonts that you like, and you've either cobbled it together yourself or maybe used something like canva.com to pull it together, or you've gone onto something like fiverr.com and instructed a cheap graphic designer for 30 quid to knock up your logo and brand, or you may well have invested £300 or £400 going to a graphic designer, but they didn't ask you all the right questions that need to be asked when building the ultimate brand. And what the mistake is here is we come up with this brand, and this brand is going to follow us around for the next 20, 30, 40 years. But over that period of time, you as a person and as an individual start to grow and morph and get more wool and experience on your back. And as you're doing this, your business starts to grow with you. And most of the time, your business will take a slightly different direction for the better cause and for a positive direction than what it did do when you first set up on your own. So over time, your business is going to naturally morph, grow and organically start to scale. But here lies the problem. As you and your business grows, the cheap brand that you had no experience in creating on day one is still hanging over you and following you around. So I'm going to give you some tips now on what you need to start to consider to pull together your new brand. And what I'm going to be sharing with you is Lakes Decking's old brand and old website. And then what I'm going to be sharing with you is their new brand and their new website and all the automations that we've set up behind the scenes. So this is what their brand looked like, black and white. Quite basic, quite boring. But it's got Tony and Malcolm and their business to a level where they're at right now. But moving forward with the direction of their business and where they're actually going, and obviously coaching them, I know where they're going, I know what the bigger plan is. We're saying, hang on a minute, this brand is now outdated. It's no longer in keeping with where the business vision is and where we want to be in 10 years' time. And this is what you've got to start to think of when creating a brand or a logo. So just make a note of these three things, if you will. Number one, you've first of all got to work out who your target market is and where are we going to find them in the highest concentration. Because if you've designed your own logo, your own brand, you're not buying from yourself. Other people are buying from you. So you might have come up with a brand or you're using your initials perhaps in the name of your company, and that doesn't turn people on. That's actually turning people off because you've created the brand for you. You've not created the brand for your target market. So number one, I want you to identify who your target market is. Number two, I want you to think about where your business is going to be in 10 years' time, in the future vision of your business. Because your brand has got to make you look like where you're going and where you're heading in 10 years. Not where you are today, as in Tony's brand, or not where Tony was on day one when he set up, which is this brand. There's an inconsistency. There is now a disconnect between where Tony's going and what his brand looks like. And the third thing I want you to consider is writing down 10 words that you want people to associate with your brand. So if they were to look at literally just your logo like we're looking at here on Tony's, if they were to look at that, what 10 words would you want people to automatically think of when they look at your brand? Now, I don't know about you, but when I look at Tony's brand, it's not exciting, it's quite dull, it's quite boring, and that's where he was. But they're not the type of words that I want associating with my brand or yours. So write down 10 words, share them 10 words with your target market, and ask your target market, do we look professional? Do we look quality? Do we look like we are top of our game? Do we look consistent? Do we look like we're great at communication? Do we look high end? That is what I'm guessing most of you are going to want your customers to be saying about you and your brand. But presenting somebody with this black logo with Lakes Decking on, for me, does not spell that. So what we did is we've worked on rebranding Lakes Decking as a logo, and then the colours and the fonts that are in that logo are then transcribed across everything, across Tony's new website, across Tony's brochures, business cards, vehicles, work gear, everywhere, because then that becomes the brand. And I'm going to share with you what that looks like shortly. So they're the things I want you to start to consider around your branding. But then once we get the brand right, we've got to make sure that we are building a website that's a high converting website that's going to generate what we call pre-sold, ready to buy leads. And what we do not want is time wasters and tire kickers coming into our business. We don't want them. We've got to wean them out. So when we started looking at Tony's website, it's like, okay, the website looks okay. It looks fairly modern. And as if I scroll through, and we'll do a deep dive on this website, as we scroll through, it looks okay. It's not the worst website in the world, but it's tired. It's outdated. Tony's business has grown and morphed, but his website and his branding is still stuck in yesteryear. Are you with me? So when you look at this website, it's not only tired, but it's missing some of the fundamental features that we build into our websites to turn our websites into inquiry generating machines for our clients. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight some of these missing features. And then obviously I'm going to show you Tony's new website. And then I'll highlight the new features on his new website. So the first thing that's strikingly obvious on this website is there is no strategy around how people are going to navigate around your website. And what I want you to consider is, imagine your customer 10 o'clock on a Sunday evening when you're in bed having an early night. They land on your website. Your website is designed to navigate them around the website as though you're sat next to them at 10 o'clock on a Sunday evening, whispering in their ear, I want you to scroll to here, I want you to click up here. You've got to navigate them around the website and make it easy for them without you being there. Now, when you come to Tony's website, the navigation is not easy. In fact, it's a little bit all over the place, where you've got all these sections with all these different random things just dropped onto a homepage. And the biggest thing is what we call above the fold line, which is basically this section here. This section at the top of your homepage on your website is arguably going to be the most popular part of your website, because when people click the link, they land on your website, they land on your homepage usually, and they land at the top of your website. So this is prime real estate. This is the most important part of the website. So the most important things that you want people to do when they actually land on your website have to be spelled out in Idiot Guide. When you land on our website, this is the exact course of action, the exact call to action that we want you to take. Because remember, you're navigating them around your website without you being there. Now, I come onto Tony's website and I'm on the prime real estate, and I don't know what Tony wants me to do on his old website, because there's no clear call to action button navigating me to take a form of action. The only button above the fold line is this, which is view our decking options. Now, I don't know about you, but that's great, viewing decking options. But for me, surely when people land on your website in prime real estate, you want them, the call to action to be complete a vetting form, don't you? Not a contact us form, not the boring old standard contact us form, because you're going to get time wasters. You want them to either, number one, complete a vetting form, or number two, give you a call, and then when you speak to them on the phone, that's when you run through the same vetting questions. But ultimately, we want people to leave inquiries. We've got to be able to take the right information off them and vet them to make sure they're not time wasters and tire kickers. So that was the first thing that we pulled out of this website. So what I'm asking you to do now is, if you were to look at your website, number one, what's your brand like? What's it saying? Is it spelling quality, or is it cheap, or is it what you've had for donkey's years and your business has grown but the brand's not grown with it? What's it saying and spelling out to your customers? And number two, what's the call to action above the fold line on your website? But then when we talk about other missing features on this website, as we start to scroll down, there's no introduction video on the website. There's no video testimonials and no social proof of Tony's happy customers telling the world how amazing Tony and his business is. There is no blog. There is no vlog. There are no how-to videos. There's nothing. There's no benefits. It's just a website that's been cobbled together with images, and it's a brochure. And that is it. There's hardly any SEO being done on the website. So when you start to look at it, we can pinpoint all these features that are missing. The navigation is not right. Hence the reason why this website currently wasn't a high converting website. So we identified the problems. So then what we said to Tony is, right, we're going to take the strategy that we've taught you. We are going to create you a world-class brand to get the branding right. So when people come to your shop front, the branding spells quality and all the words that Tony wanted associating with his business. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build you the ultimate website with all the features that we know are going to convert, and we're going to build in all the SEO, all the keywords, all the internal and external backlinks, everything that we need to do to get this amazing new looking website to number one on Google. We're going to SEO the website to the max. So that's what we've done. So we got to work on pulling this strategy together. But then I said to Tony, when we start generating you more leads, how are you going to cope with the leads that are coming through the website? Because currently you are manually having to ring every customer. You're manually having to send every email. You're manually having to send every text. You're manually having to book your customers in for a site survey. You're manually having to constantly communicate with your customers. And where do you know where your customers are on that journey? Because you might have got some inquiries that have just come in. You might have got some jobs where you've ordered all your materials. You might have got some jobs where you're just about to have your materials delivered, and you might have some jobs that are ongoing. How can you work out where everybody is and where all your customers are if you haven't got a marketing and sales funnel and pipeline? So for us to be able to get Tony to where he wants to be, we've got to systemize and automate the entire back end of this website. So when anybody goes through it, they hit a marketing and sales funnel that's automated, that triggers emails and texts and does all that communication, getting Tony and his admin team more productive, more efficient, but more importantly, saving them hours and hours and hours a day of doing admin repeatedly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flick over to Tony's new website that we've built in with his new branding on. I'm going to share with you some of the most important features that we've added. It's not all of them, but I'll share some of them with you. And then I'm going to share with you when the information goes through the website, how it comes into an automated marketing and sales pipeline. So let's get ready. Here we go. So this is what Tony looks like before he started working with us. This is what Tony looks like now. So as you can see, let's start off, first of all, with the new brand. So we've asked Tony the questions, what do you want people to feel and see, and what emotions do you want your brand to give you? And Tony said it wants to be like an all year round brand because they do sort of like decking on verandas and caravans and things like that. It wants to be an all year round brand. It wants to be simple, it wants to be modern, and it has to bring the lakes decking into it. So as you can see from the logo up in the top left-hand corner, we've kept the name Lakes Decking, but at the side of it, we've created a very simple, very easy on the eye, modern icon. And this icon represents a deck, and it represents the decking boards. And because Tony wants this like all year round, obviously most people think that decking is something that you use in spring and summer, but it's not. It's all year round. So we brought the browns and we brought the yellows in and we brought the autumn colours into the brand. So as you can see, there's a lot of thought gone into this, and this square here with the decking board, by the way, on the social platforms, when you use that decking board square in a circular profile picture, it looks fantastic. So as you can see here, there's a little bit of thought gone into this to make sure that we're not looking like this anymore. Yeah, we are now looking like this. So number one, we've got the right brand. But number two, The brand is not the logo. Your logo is just your identity. The brand is how can we take that logo and keep these colours and fonts and the vibe going across everything from websites to landing pages to brochures to business cards to vehicles to embroidery and workwear. How can we do that? So if you look at what we've done with the colours in Tony's new logo and you start to look at his website, we've used the same blacks, we've used the same type of brown autumn, is that a word? Colours across his entire website so that everything is in keeping. And this is what we call branding. Your logo is not your branding, your logo is just the identity of who you are. But it's how we pull that logo into the entire brand of your marketing that counts. So you can start to see now how we've used that across Tony's website. But now, let's focus on Tony's website. And I think you'll agree, just from seeing what you're looking at now, which again is above the fold, it's the top of the homepage on the homepage of his new website. When you start to look at what's going off here and how this is now laid out compared to his old above the fold, it's night and day. You look at this old above the fold, they've got a pixelated image with this white background text which don't really stand out, and then you've got this logo. But now you look at what he's got and it's like night and day. It's unbelievably more professional, which fits within the brand that Tony and Malcolm want to achieve. So above the fold line is one of the first things that we said we need to get right. And as you can see, we've got what you call a hero video playing behind, which is giving little bits of snippets about what Tony and his team do, and it's engaging and it's sucking people in. But more importantly, look up here. The two call to actions that we want people to go through when they come onto Tony's website are now clear, which is we want you to get a quote, or we want you to call you. We want you to call us. Whereas if you go back here, there's nothing. There's no call to actions. So we've got above the fold right. As we scroll down, I'm going to point out now some main features that we've built into Tony's website. And again, these aren't all of them. There's 16 fundamental features that you need to build into every website if you are serious about turning your website into an inquiry generating machine. I'll share some of these with you. So as we scroll down from above the fold, the next thing that we are looking at here is we've got a nice little bar running across that's got some of the benefits of what Tony and his business offers. Underneath the benefits, we've now got his 6 most profitable services laid out really simple, again, so people can navigate around this website with ease. So what we're saying is, this is what we do, these are some of the benefits, and these are our most profitable products and services that we sell. So we're making it crystal clear and easy for people to say, oh, actually, I want a timber deck, or I've got a lodge, or I want UPVC decking. We've made it super simple and laid everything out for people to see. Underneath that, we've then got this amazing introduction video. Whereas when you play this video,
here at Lakes Decking, we help park owners, sales managers and holiday homeowners with their decking problems.
So straight away, Tony's called out his target market on that video. And when you watch this 2-minute video and you go through it, Tony's fully explaining to people who his target market is. He's showing and demonstrating why he's far superior to all his competitors. He's showing his team and bringing his team into it, so he's no longer a faceless company. And at the end, once you've watched that video, I'm guessing if you do watch it, you'll be saying, wow, I want these boys to do my decking. And really, once you've watched that video, the rest of this website it's done. You're sold. And then it's straight back up here to the top to grab that call to action button to bang to get a quote. So we've nailed the deal already by having that introduction video on. Underneath the introduction video, then we've got some case studies, some social proof, almost before and afters. But they're not, because these case studies are SEO'd for search engine optimization. So the case studies will be found on Google. Obviously, with what Tony and Malcolm do, it's very visual. So we've got a beautiful laid out gallery for people to visualize what their caravan or their lodge decking could look like. We've got a blog that we called Advice and News. And now on Tony and Malcolm's blog, we've already got some SEO keyword written blogs on the day we've gone live. We've got 3 blog articles on. Underneath this, we've got a lead magnet. So for people that might not be ready to buy right now from Lakes Decking, we don't want them hitting the website and bouncing off. That's pointless. So what we've done is we've created this stunning looking guide on how to design the best deck for your lodge or caravan. Now, I'm guessing most people that land on this page are going to want to know that information. So what happens? They put the first name in, they put their email address in, and that automatically triggers a series of automated emails off to that customer, not trying to sell to them, but building a rapport and building a relationship through those emails, where obviously in email 1, they get the downloadable guide. If I then come back up to the top of Tony's website, and that's how we've laid out his homepage, it's really easy for someone to navigate through. They land on this website at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night when you're not at the side of them. They can see, oh, this is exactly what Lakes Decking does, and how stunning does that video look playing on the hero video in the background. They come down here and the next thing they can see some benefits, so they know that they're in the right place and they're going to get 10-year guarantees, no upfront payments. Now this is ticking the right boxes for Tony and Malcolm's customers. We then introduce the main products and services that we can offer, so they know they're in the right place. Now they can watch all the information about us and our business and how we work, and they can get to know Tony and Malcolm and Joanne and all the rest of the team at Lakes Decking. They can get to meet them themselves, so now we're building up confidence and rapport. We can come down to here and we've got the option of case studies or a gallery or sharing valuable knowledge through their blog and vlog. And then at the bottom here, it's like, wow, I can download a free guide. We've absolutely nailed it on the homepage. But I just want to share with you some more important features that we've added to Tony's website. If you come up to this Get a Quote button, this is basically Tony's pre-qualifying vetting form. And if we click this button now and open up this Get a Quote, what you're going to see here is not the bog standard form that you would normally get on a Contact Us page. This is a form where Tony and his team have sat down and they've gone through all of the information that they believe they need to take from a potential customer to determine whether this customer is actually a right fit for Lakes Decking. And Lakes Decking is a right fit for this customer, because we want to make sure that this customer is fully aware, and Tony's open and transparent, and his team are, with prices and timescales and availability and what they can have and what they can't have. And we need to collect that information. So by having a series of questions that we present to a potential customer, Tony can now get this information through and determine whether these are a right fit for his company. And when anybody goes through this, let's say, pre-qualifying vetting form, that then automatically triggers emails and text messages off to that customer explaining what happens next. Now, if you come up to the Contact Us that I'm guessing you've got on your website, what will be happening on this Contact Us page is this quote will pull up, right? This vetting form will pull up again, because what we don't want on the Contact Us page is we don't want someone leaving the first name, email, contact details, because at this point they've not been pre-qualified. So on this page, which is the Contact Us page, you'll see that we're using the pre-qualification form yet again. So let me come back to some more examples. If I come down to, let's say, Lodge Decking, which is another page on Tony's website, and you see how stunning we've laid this out. We've got a beautiful image at the top. We've got all the SEO and the keywords happening here because we know that lodge decking is something that people are searching for. So you'll see that within all of this copy, it's all written by our copywriters and it's all SEO to the max with all the information, all them keywords in. And as you'll see here, we're giving people a sample of the different types of decking that they can have around their lodge. But look here, look at this section here. This section is what we call the social proof section, where in this section you can see people and parks that Tony are working for. We've got video testimonials of happy customers that Tony works for, saying how slick, how amazing they are, how friendly their team is. The workmanship is second to none. They're clean, they're tidy, they're on time, they're on budget. Have you got video testimonials on your website where you're turning your happy customers into a sales team for you? And then we've got the reviews pulling through as well. Now, it's a standard practice for reviews to be pulled through, but how many of you have got multiple video testimonials from your happy customers selling your product, service and business for you? So as you can see, there's a lot of thought, planning, strategy work that's gone into creating this website that's now taken Lakes Decking, Tony and Malcolm and his team from looking like this, old school, tired, bit lazy, you know, doesn't really fulfill me, doesn't excite me as a customer, doesn't set me on fire, doesn't set me on a light. But then when you come to this website, it's like, wow, I want to work with this company. And just to wrap up with one more feature, this is not all of them. In today's day and age, you are more important to your business, the business owner, than what your company name or your logo says. And what I mean is, people are building up a relationship and they're buying from, I'm guessing, you, the business owner. So they will deal with you as the business owner. You may well go out and do maybe the site or home survey or the initial consultation with a customer. You might be the one that's putting your quotes, your proposals, your estimates together for that customer. You might be the one that's going out and doing the work for that customer. So it's you that needs to be all over your website. It's you and your team that need to be all over your marketing. Because people don't want to work with faceless companies anymore. They want to know the people that they're going to be working with. So if I come back to Tony's old website, Tony, Malcolm, and none of his team are anywhere on this website, which means they are a faceless company. Nobody knows them. But when you come back to Tony's website and you come down to, let's go to the About Us section, bang, straight away, this is some of Tony's team. So you're getting to meet his team. He's telling his story. We've got another video there embedded in for people to get to know Tony, Malcolm and their team. We've got the mission and the vision of the business, more images of Tony and his team. So now they are no longer a faceless company and people are now building up a rapport and a relationship with Tony and his team. So I think you'll agree when you look at this website and this brand compared to where Tony is now on this website and this brand, it's a complete transformation within his business. Now, I want you to consider everything that I've just been through, number one, with your branding, and number two, with your website. Is your website laid out like I've just shared with you? If your website is not generating you leads, or it is generating you the odd lead, but they're maybe time wasters, then clearly your website and your branding is not working and something needs to be done to it. Now, the final part in this equation is I said I was going to share with you part number 3. And this is how we are going to be taking people that leave their contact details on Lakes Decking's website, whether that be through the Get a Quote form that's also embedded on the Contact Us form, or whether that is through the lead magnet form. It doesn't matter. When anybody puts their details now into Tony's website or his landing pages or his lead magnets, that information then gets transferred automatically into some software called Leadzilla. And inside Leadzilla, we've built Tony an incredible marketing and sales pipeline that will automatically deal with all of the inquiries that come through this website. So let me just flick over now and show you some. I'm not going to show you all because this is private information with Tony and his business, but I'm going to share something that's not going to give Tony's game away, but will just give you enough information to determine whether you've got anything remotely in place like this. So this is inside Leadzilla. And as you can see here, I've put myself through the test, the one of the forms, and I've automatically been brought into the funnel. Now this is Tony's lead magnet. So I've just used this as a test. So I've gone through Tony's lead magnet, which is this. So I've put myself through this form. And as you can now see, I've automatically appeared here on Tony's pipeline. Now, what Tony and his team have got to do is they've got to manage all of the leads that are going to be coming in. And I want you to think about this. Tony's got 15 different steps and stages, and I'm not going to show you any more, team. I'm not going to show you any more than what I'm showing you here because this is Tony's. He's got 15 steps and 15 stages that we've got to get a customer down that pipeline. From a lead magnet inquiry or a new inquiry coming through their vetting form, there are 15, and beyond this, there are more stages that we've got to get people down. Now, Tony's job is to get his customers down that pipeline as quickly, effectively, and as easy as he can, whilst providing 10-star customer service. Now, I'm sure that you will agree that you would want to offer in your business 10-star customer service, and maybe you do, but it won't be consistent. Because when you get over busy in your business, you'll start to drop the ball. It'll take you longer to get back to customers. Emails might be sat in your inbox for 3 days before you get a chance to open them. And that is not a very good customer experience. And one of the big things with Tony Malcolm and his team is they want their customers to experience a level of communication and a level of customer experience that is out of this world. It's really important to their values and their morals and their standards and their beliefs that their customers get treated with the utmost respect and time and professionalism as they can. So to facilitate this, we've built this pipeline, and Tony and his team now will move each customer, potential customer, down each one of these stages of this pipeline until they get to the end of the pipeline. And at the end of that pipeline, that means that Tony's quoted the work in a professional manner. They've been out, they've done the survey, which is all automated, and the booking around that survey is automated. They've done the job's finished. The 5-star review at the end of the job is automatically triggered for Tony's customer to leave them a 5-star review, and the whole process is systemized and automated to move people down each one of these steps, as I'm doing now, without Tony and his team having to constantly keep repeating and doing manual tasks. We've systemized the entire business from start to finish in Tony's business, saving him and his team hours and hours and hours a day, but more importantly, providing his customers with a 10-star experience every single time. And that is incredible. So, each one of these stages, there's emails that get automatically triggered, there's text messages that get triggered, there's automated surveys and installation dates that can be booked in, and Tony moves everybody down that customer journey. Now, you tell me of another company that's invested so much into getting the brand right, to getting the website right, and more importantly, to get their customer journey right. Tony and his team have absolutely nailed it. And yes, this project from start to finish has taken around 3 months from start to finish to get the branding right, to build the website, to get the funnel built and everything tied together. But now Tony and his team have got a business that's going to be generating leads on tap, that's going to be showing up number 1 on Google because the website's been SEO to do that. And the systems behind the back end of Tony's business are now in place for his business to run like clockwork. Now, I want you to imagine this. Tony's got 15 different steps and stages within his pipeline. And if Tony has just literally 10 people come into his pipeline here at the beginning of the journey, let's just say that he gets 10 inquiries next week. 10 inquiries times 15 different steps means that Tony's team would have had to have done 150 manual tasks that week to move a customer from a new inquiry coming in all the way through to getting a 5-star glowing review left on Google. 150 tasks. That means that customers are in different stages of Tony's customer journey at any one time. How on earth can anyone process and remember where 10 customers are in 150 different steps and stages? You can't do it. And this is when people start to drop the ball and things start to get missed and mistakes start to creep in and the communication between you and your customers starts to break down. Tony's not got that issue anymore because he's invested massively into transforming his business. So the takeaways that I want you to take away from this video is, number 1, what is your brand currently saying about you and your business? And does your branding look like where you want to be in 10 years' time? Or does it still look like it was on day 1 when you set up with no experience and a limited budget? Number 2, how many leads are coming through your website and what's the quality of those leads that come through your website? Because if you're not getting leads or you're getting time wasters and tire kickers, your website's wrong. I'll say it, it's wrong. So you're going to need to understand and learn the website strategy and the 16 fundamental features that we build into our websites. And the final stage, number 3, is when the leads come into your business, please don't tell me you are still manually ringing every customer, texting every customer, emailing every customer, setting templates up in Outlook or Google and copy and pasting emails, or having to manually agree times and dates for installations or site or home surveys, because all that lot can now be systemized and automated in Leadzilla, this software. So that is what I wanted to share with you. And this is how our clients that we work with and the people that come on our marketing and business programs, this is all the strategy stuff that we teach them. We don't teach them to bang random posts out at random times on social media, like most of you will be doing now. We don't teach you how to build a website that's going to cost you $5,000 that's never going to generate your leads in a million years. We don't teach you to become busy fools and stay up till midnight doing your paperwork and your quotes and your estimates because you ain't got any systems and automations in place. We teach you everything. It's everything how I build, grow, and scale and sell my businesses. So, if you're interested in finding out more about how we can help you and your business, leave a comment below around this video, or if we have left a link around this video, watch whatever platform you're watching this on, click the link and head over to our vetting form. Let's be honest, we practice what we preach. You'll be sent to our vetting form. And then if we believe that we can help you, and we believe that you're a good fit for us, and we're a good fit for you, and you're a good fit for us, and we can benefit and we can both work together, then we'll do that. So click the link, leave us a comment, and I hope you've took a lot of value and a lot of knowledge from this video. Until the next one, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.